Hi friends, again, this is Calpon Piso. And of course, I'm going to talk today about the usual stuff with a little bit of variations. You know, the problem in the United States of America, the crazy hypocrite Christians, or the Christ psychotics, people that believe in imaginary friends, screwing out the whole world. And of course, you know, religion is a mental illness. It's one of the schizophrenias. It's the HIV of the neural array. Because we create everything, thoughts with the brain. And people, you know, look at the do-guards. Look at the hypocrites. Look at the Islam psychotics in ISIS. The Muslims in their mosques. That what they believe is the crazy stuff. But then they don't condemn the people with full-blown Islam psychosis like it's ISIS. Because they 73 sects of Islam. It's just like the HIV positive. They look very, very normal and very healthy, and they look healthy. Nobody knows that they have the HIV virus, which it can become full-blown any time. And all of a sudden they start losing weight and they get consumed by the virus and the immune system is completely destroyed and they die. All the diseases take over. Well, people infected with religion is no different, but it's of the brain. It's religious psychosis of the brain. You go to church, or you go to synagogue, or in mosques, and you read the Quran and you believe it, you read the Bible, the mini Bibles, and you believe it, you read the Septuagint and all these different books, whatever books they are, and you believe they're true. Or you can believe a book in Buddhism, or the Hindu Vedas, or you can, any religious text written by people under drugs a long time ago, and if you go to a temple, you put your incense over there and you pray and you believe in this stuff like that, it's like being positive. Because you actually believe in the fantasies. You believe in conspiracy theories. You are conspiracy theory, psychosis, positive. All this stuff in Christianity, you are a Christian psychosis, positive. If you are believing in ancient aliens, you are ancient alien or conspiracy theory, positive. But if you act upon these delusions, then you become full-blown, and that's what ISIS does, chopping people's heads off. They love to cut people's heads. And the do-guards, you know, they believe in this stuff, but they get tempted because of penis Christ. Because of product of coitus, we have the prime directive of nature is to pass our genes. All animals do that. You don't pass your genes, you don't produce, your species die. See? We're a product of a coitus. We're a product of a spit of semen, DNA, into our mother's cave of creation. And then form the brain, and here we are. And the brain is the creator of thoughts. And the brain creates wonderful things. If it's sane, in other words, atheist, and then educated, and rejecting all the psychosis of God belief, because it is it makes you theotard, stagnate the intellect when you start believing in irrational things. Like all irrational things are found in all religions and schizophrenias and temporal lobe epilepsies, delusions and things that are not real. That's what happens. But to an action, there's always reaction. Look at the do-guards. All these people, even Hester, Speaker Hester, closet case. Hey, he was arrested in school, and well, now we have this big scandal. And you start ranking down Clinton. And there were two speakers that actually, Gingrich too. The hypocrites imbeciles. I remember that. I remember that's when I changed, when they started messing around with, and I used to be a Republican. Yeah, I didn't know any better. But then when they started attacking Clinton, the guy was absolutely amazing. I said, wow, you know, because he got his penis Christ stimulated and worshipped by a lady. I mean, see, religious is only one woman. And all, that's bullshit, because we males cannot have only one female of the species. We have to have a lot of them. That's normal. That is absolutely normal in the human nature. We're all bisexual by nature. We have tits in here. And we're a product of coitus. So this is the prime direction. We have this curse of, if you see something nice and you want to have sex and penis Christ resurrect, it's just like this. It's just like having a beer, let's say a penis, Christ. All the hormones, the pheromones, make it bubbly and make it resurrect. So it's hard, so you can introduce it into the orifice, the cave. The female is a negative space. And you go, penis Christ, and you get into the cave of creation. You rub the penis Christ like you rub Aladdin's lamp in many ways, and you all the lubricants, the natural lubricants, which is the glands of Bartholin in the female, and then you have a lot of them in the male too, and then you have the lubrication, and then you have orgasm. Oh, feels so good, I'm coming, oh Lord, more, 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 oh my God, this is so good, and then you express all those sounds, but just as normal when you make the sounds, and all animals do that too. You have these sounds, and then we go, oh God, oh this, and you have, this is normal. And all these people that believe in Jesus and crap like all these, they like the Dugards and did all this stuff because they are brought up in Christian home. That is the problem, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Here are some expressions of Christ psychosis, Islam psychosis, and all that. And of course, the result of coitus is brain. After 9 months, the brain emerges, and that's us, human beings. Toast. Santé, à la vôtre santé, mon ami, pros, sumvol, sachete. And I continue. Christ psychosis infected family with a faulty precuneus and pulvinar nuclei. Poor people.
It continues to be total, massive, abject denial.
Bullshit.
To be an assessment of whether or not
this idiot, Pinsky, is the Christ psychotic infected imbecile.
Has a serious mental health issue, or is
the guys, they never question religion. They don't connect religion to a mental illness. That it is.
And zero understanding of what they're dealing with, declaring what it is, and that's ridiculous.
No, it's ridiculous. Is coming. They don't connect religious belief to the schizophrenia, the mental disorder it is.
He went back and asked those that he had.
Religious people believe in imaginary friends, a zombie that resurrects and save with blood. That's what Drew Pinsky is, too stupid and ignorant not to realize it.
Jurisdiction, and you need to make things right.
What's the difference, Drew?
What he meant by that, but just stepping back, one of the great things about this country is you can believe anything you want to believe about religion or anything
and
else.
Then you go to a mental institution and you believe all that crap.
Law. And we've discussed many times there are religions that believe in withholding certain kinds of medical treatment, and the courts always step in with children and say, we don't care what you believe. The Duggars can believe anything they want, but there are laws in this country about child abuse.
Exactly.
They have to follow like everyone else does.
But
what role
United States is a Christianity infected nation.
That the Duggars preach
should
have in all of this. I mean,
they're protected by religion. The churches spew like intolerance, homophobia, the rest of the shit. They spew it. I don't see the courts protecting children from the crap taught in churches. Justice Scalia believes in demons and spirits and all that crap.
Calling other people child molesters or potential child
There you go. Well, you do that.
Should be separate.
These are hypocrites. They're Christ psychotics. They're people believe in resurrecting something that's with blood, and the whole damn thing is a schizophrenia that's spreading churches.
The law is in your own eyes.
See? The law of the United States, the law of Jesus, because it's a Christianity infected nation. That's what the problem is.
In Christianity, saying, don't be telling your neighbors what to do when you've got your problem in your own community. This is a log in the eye by any definition of a law.
It's just like in schizophrenia. In a hospital full of schizophrenics. And the schizophrenics control the nation, let's say. What will happen? The law will benefit the schizophrenics because they created the law.
An interview
See?
Sisters who say they were victims, among the victims.
Incredible. The mental Supreme Court Justice Scalia that believes in demons is a Christ psychotic infected in Brazil. Then you have ancient alien morons like Sukhalis are believing all this crap. Your brain can be infected with schizophrenia and it changes your thinking and you believe in all this nonsense. Life after death is bacteria eating your remains. Nazi Christianity ended up killing tons of people, and they're just rotten like animals because we're animals. And you can see here other animals, primates and all, they all rot.
Those who make stupid mistakes or have problems like this in their life, and the ones that are affected by those choices,
they love penis
it's
Christ.
greatly failed.
Let's keep in mind, the only creator God is our penis. The spit sperm creating brains. That is the reality of it all. God is cock. So, cock bless you.
But it's interesting because
Example of Christ psychosis. These imbeciles.
Okay, my name is Abdullah Farouk. I'm the Imam from the Mosque of the Praising of Allah. I'm very concerned for our public safety, because as I saw in the
See the Islam psychotics?
there was a school bus going
See that?
in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. A school bus,
This imbecile,
and it was a yellow
the
car.
guy that was killed,
15 in the morning. That's when the children are going.
he would like to chop the head off of a Christ psychotic,
For it was very reckless.
Geller.
To the young man's death.
and now he's complaining.
Man might have put his head
Allah, the most merciful, and he's like talking about Winnie the Pooh, the most merciful, and Donald Duck, the God. Same thing.
They said they are on their way
These people are psychotic.
to arrange for his
See?
burial arrangements, which we are hoping to.
And they're no different than the Christians. The Christians have millions of churches spewing that crap from the Middle Ages. And the Islam psychotics spew all the crap of the 7th century in mosques. And the Jews have this, the Jew psychotic have the synagogues and they cut the babies' penises. This is all religious psychosis, the cancer of the brain nobody seems to see. Look at this.
Unheard of that he would be shot in the back in America. It's a climate of racism. I'm not saying that America is racist, but there are still elements of racism in this country, and I think that we have to be careful.
And racism is thanks to what? Christ psychosis, Christianity. And Islam psychosis against women, they think they're inferior, they stink, and they cover them with veils all the time. It's a psychosis. It's a mental illness nobody seems to see. And the Christians, scientists, keep their brains up the ass, ignoring the fact that religion is a mental illness, the HIV of the brain, that nobody seems to see. And I'm sick and tired of repeating it. And it's the elephant in the room, the pink elephant in the room that sits on them and they do not see or feel.
A very dangerous person. That means if they consider him a very dangerous person, they should have took precautions in approaching him. I would. I wouldn't approach a wild animal or anything that I thought was dangerous without being...
See that? Psychotic.
You may also follow that up with the religious exterior. So
it's actually a religious psychosis.
Itself, it's not a sign, but when you attach
See?
it to other things like openly declaring support for ISIS, whether it's online or in real.
It's all due to religion, you dumb idiots.
They begin to declare other Muslims as not Muslim enough.
See that? It's all religious. The Christians did the same thing. In the Crusades, people forget. Christ psychotics is the same shit for 200 years. The 1100s to 1250. Crusades.
This man's brother.
All religions are like that. They're psychosis. It's a mental illness, and nobody sees it.
Turned out not to be true. The video proved such. We haven't seen it yet, but we will in the days to come.
Radicalized.
Same brother.
What kind of a nonsense is that?
Just 2 years ago, when
Are the schizophrenics schizophrenized when they act their delusions?
this same brother, an imam, spoke out against Tsarnaev, saying nobody wants to be associated.
It makes no difference. It makes no difference.
He finds himself connected to
Schizophrenics, they don't act their schizophrenia. They're very nice and they don't see anything. All of a sudden, they start acting their delusions. They are schizophrenic. It happens in all religious psychosis. People that go to church and they are pious and pray and they are Christian, they are fine. But all of a sudden, this Christian acting up the delusions and they see demons and start killing people. Then they're what? Radicalized? They're Christ psychotics, all of them. Full-blown Christians, full-blown Muslims. And there are 73 sects in Islam. Not only one. In Christianity, there are hundreds of sects. You have Baptists, you have Methodists, you have Scientology, you have Mormons, you have Methodists, you have First Church of Christ, the Second Church of Christ, the 10th Church of Christ, the Developer Redeemer, crap, and all Christian crap. Muslims are exactly the same.
Or when they're off with their friends.
Religion is a mental illness. Mental illness is a psychosis, a cancer of the brain.
Largely validated.
Religious beliefs are no different than the beliefs of schizophrenics, of defective, sick minds. Deal with it.
Thank you.
The more one knows, the more difficult it is for others to lie. And you have to connect all the dots. And you have to be skeptical. Never believe what anybody tells you. You have to find out for yourself, and you have to confirm it. Any book that you read, study and do research on the author. And the upbringing, religious psychosis upbringing of the author. You have to keep that in mind, that you understand the books or the what they write. Okay. Keep the brain healthy, in other words, atheist. Back to the oral.